How can you climb a mountain if you have vertigo and a very long neck? This story hides a great moral you'll only discover at the end. Jara was a small giraffe, with enormous eyes and skinny legs, who lived in the flattest plain in the world, where nothing rose higher than a rock. Unlike other giraffes, Jara trembled at the sight of a hill, and if a branch hung too high, she simply chose not to eat. "You're a giraffe. You were born for heights," said Pole the hummingbird, her best friend, as he fluttered over her head with excitement. But Jara couldn't help it. Every time she looked up, the world spun, and her legs shook like leaves. One day, while playing near a forbidden zone, they heard a rumble. The sleeping mountain had awakened after 100 years. From its summit fell glowing stones like fireflies. They were floral flames, rare crystals that appear only when a volcano dreams. The elders said that if no one climbed to seal the crater with the flower of calm, the mountain would explode in 3 moons. No one dared to go. I can try," whispered Jara. Everyone laughed. The giraffe with vertigo climbing a living mountain? Impossible. That night, Jara couldn't sleep. She stared at the mountain from her cave, her neck twisted with fear, but also with a new spark inside. At dawn, Jara tied wet leaves around her legs to stop the trembling, and hid under her tongue a bravery seed, a gift from Paul. The path was steep, full of stones that seemed to whisper fears. "Go back, you'll fall. You can't." But Jara kept going. Halfway up, the wind blew so hard her long neck tilted backward. She almost gave up, but remembered her purpose. Then something unexpected appeared. A fire serpent was slithering down the mountain. It wasn't attacking, it was crying. "The flower, it fell," it said. "Why are you crying?" asked Jara. "Without the flower, the mountain stirs in fear." "It's scared, not angry," replied the serpent. The real problem wasn't the fire, it was the sadness. The mountain didn't want to explode, it wanted to be heard. Jara understood. Without hesitation, Jara decided to climb higher, not to seal, but to sing. With her long neck, she reached the summit and began to hum her favorite song. It was a soft melody her mother used to sing when she was a baby. The wind stopped. The stones ceased to fall. The crater listened. From deep within the volcano came a whisper, "Thank you." Then, from among the rocks, a new flower of calm bloomed, bright and alive. Jara gently placed it at the center of the crater. Everything glowed with a golden flash. The mountain sighed and went back to sleep. When Jara descended, the entire valley was waiting in silence. No one spoke, but everyone cried. Even the trees bowed. "You didn't climb with strength, but with heart," said an old owl. Pole couldn't stop flying in joyful circles around her. Jara said nothing. She just looked at the summit, and for the first time, she didn't feel vertigo, but pride. High branches no longer scared her. That night, the mountain dreamed peacefully, and new giraffe-shaped stars appeared in the sky. They say they shine when someone is brave. Pole gave her a crown of wind seeds. So you'll never forget that height isn't in the neck, it's in your choices. In time, Jara guided others along difficult paths, not as a hero, but as someone who knew fear, and had learned to walk with it. When someone froze in fear, Jara would tell them the story of the sad mountain, the fallen flower, and the giraffe who sang. No one laughed at her vertigo again. In fact, many began to recognize their own trembling, accept it, and move forward. And even though Jara still trembled a little when something was very high, she learned to shake without stopping. Because courage doesn't remove fear, it walks beside it. And so, in a land where no one climbed, a trembling giraffe became the voice that calmed a mountain, and many more hearts. Moral: sometimes, what we fear most isn't the obstacle, but what we believe about ourselves, and with courage, even vertigo can take flight. See you again soon with more magical stories to make your imagination soar and touch your heart in every adventure.